going to give people just a few minutes here to come on in. So hi everyone, welcome to my living room. My name is Schoen. I am a yoga instructor, a writer, an author, a mom, and the founder and contributor on Yoginiology.com, which is kind of like my love. I am working really hard on that website, so you'll see some changes over the next few weeks and months, and so just keep checking in. And I'm so excited to be doing this live stream class. It's such a great opportunity for all of us to get together from all around the world and practice together and just, I really truly believe, make positive change in the world. Yoga is so much about learning how to love yourself and how to be compassionate and how to just be comfortable in your own skin and in your own body, which is something that I've been working really hard on for, the last 10, 15 years of my life. And I think a lot of us can relate to that. And so yoga is really whatever you need it to be, right? There's so many different approaches to it, and every time you step on your mat, you're asking something different from class. And some days you just need to have 60 minutes to yourself, right? Other days you need to feel like you're becoming one with your body again, or you need to just get in tune with your breath, or have some grace for yourself, or learn how to be patient with others. And whatever your goal is, the yoga practice that we do here today, or the yoga practice that you do ever, can be all of those things. I think the biggest thing we have to remember as we are practicing yoga is we cannot let it turn into competition. Yoga can quickly turn into something that is meant to be so great and so wonderful, and it can take people down the slippery slope of competition and performance and, comparing yourself constantly with other people. And you're just doing more harm than good then. It's just turning into anything else. And so I really want us here today as we practice to be mindful of the things that are actually here, that are tangible, that are present. So rather than letting your mind go, way out in the future or way back to the past, can you just focus on the way your hands feel? Can you focus on how your breath is today? Can you be very mindful of what it feels like to stretch your hamstrings and use the body and use the breath as a way to get you to be in a space of presence and to get you into a place where you can really start to feel at home in your body, whatever it may look like or feel like to you, just knowing that this is your home and this is where this wonderful, wonderful being resides. So for today's class, we have a couple really cool things I just want to talk about before we get started. At the end of class, if you stay all the way to the end, which you should because it's going to be awesome, I'm going to be giving away 3 handmade yoga straps. And they're really cool. They're made in the United States. They're 10 feet long, so they're extra nice. We're going to be using one in class today. So if you don't have one, stay on, and you can win one at the end by answering a simple question. Or if you don't have one, and you obviously aren't going to win one now, I can't get it to you immediately, you can use something like a sweatshirt. You can grab a dog leash, a scarf, just something that you can use kind of like a strap. Right, so I'm going to give you a second. We're also going to be using a block today, optional. So if you don't have a yoga block, kind of look for similar shape, similar size. You can totally do the class without either of these things. I'll show you how to do stuff. But if you have a block or something, or a strap or something, it's going to be really, really helpful to you today. What else? I just want to, we're going to get started here in about a minute. So just let people come in as we wait. So we're going to really be focusing on the shoulders today, how to open the shoulders. But although that's going to be kind of a primary focus, I'm learning as I continue teaching and practicing that it can start to be kind of dangerous if you just focus too much on one part, because yoga, what is it? It's union, right? That's the meaning of yoga. It's to yoke and to bring together. And so I try not to focus anymore so much on just one particular spot, but on the entire body. And that's really what the practice is meant for. But we will have a little bit more of focus on the shoulders today for those of you that need that. So remember, stay all the way to the end. You could win yourself a yoga strap. If you don't have a yoga strap at home, grab a scarf, a dog leash works really well. And then if you have something like a block too, you can grab that. So we're gonna get started here. Go ahead and find yourself in a comfortable seat. We're just gonna take a moment just to kind of settle in. So if you're just arriving in class, just find a comfortable seat. Let your shoulders relax away from your ears. Close your eyes. Without trying to change the breath at all, just notice it. You've probably heard several times at some point during your practice that yoga is really just a great opportunity for us to be curious. It's a pretty famous quote by a teacher I love. So right now, just in this simple posture, start to be curious. And allow the breath to start to even out. Allow your sit bones to feel heavy. Allow your shoulders to drop away from the ears. And then we'll just open class with 3 ohms. You can join me, or if you'd like to just listen, that'd be fine. Take a deep breath in. Slowly open your eyes. We're going to start today in puppy pose with the block if you happen to have one handy. It just helps to provide a little bit more an opening in the shoulders if you'd like. So you're going to take your block, put it at the front of your mat. You're going to stack your hips right over your knees. So unlike child's pose when the hips come way back, you're going to keep the hips right over the knees as much as you can. Knees can be about hip width apart. You're going to start to walk the hands forward. Now, if you don't have a block, you're going to bring the hands forward, allow the forehead to maybe drop down towards the mat. You should feel a nice big opening all through the shoulders and the back. Now, if you have a block, it can add a little bit extra shoulder opening. You can drape your forearms over it and then drop through here. And that's just going to get you a little bit deeper. If your hands are dropping over the edge of your block or something like a block, let your fingers relax. And breathe nice and deep into the back of the heart. Let each exhale drop you down a little more. See if you can find some ease in the face. You can be here about 5 more breaths. Slowly start to bring yourself up, taking your hands off the block or walking them in towards you. We're going to come back into just a regular child's pose. So now our hips touching the heels, letting your hands come out in front of you, letting the elbows go out to the side. So you're bending the elbows slightly and then bringing the forehead down to the floor. You want just the tip of your nose to be touching the floor. And if you do have a block handy, sometimes it does feel nice to put a block under the head. And just being aware of already the space that you've created in the shoulders, and just continue to breathe into that space. inhale, you're just going to start to bring yourself up, sliding the hands back all the way behind you so that your fingers are facing the front of your mat. Just going to pull your shoulders together, lift the heart up, and drop the head back as much as is comfortable for you. Take a nice deep breath in. And then on an exhale, you're going to bring your chest down to the knees again, slide the hands forward. Stay for the exhale. Inhale, bring yourself back up, coming into the stretch, shoulders back, heart lifts. You're just going to continue to flow here with your breath, trying to get as much wave-like motion possible as you move. Letting the movement be as natural as possible, trying to get out of your head here. Letting the body just simply move with the breath, feeling the shoulders open, feeling the heart open. Feeling how the breath supports you as you move. Next time you arrive in child's pose, I want you to stay. Reach your hands far forward, as far as you can, keeping the head low or even touching the ground. And then with an inhale, start to walk the hands back towards the knees. We're going to go ahead and tuck the toes underneath you and find your strap or strap-like thing. So with the toes tucked, we're really opening the bottoms of the feet. For some people, this is super intense. So you can always lift the hips up and back off as you need to. I like to think of it as enlivening the feet rather than torturing them, but you can look at it however you want. It's really good for us since we live so much of our day in shoes. So toes are tucked. You're going to take your strap-like object and you're going to open your hands wider than shoulder width, and you can play with how far apart they are. We're going to take a deep breath in and then start to bring the strap back. And the idea is to try to keep the arms straight as the strap goes back. So you can open the hands up as much as you need to. As you inhale, bring the strap back up. And then exhale, lower. You're just going to move, again, as fluid as possible here, staying mindful of the ribs. So it tends to happen as we get into the shoulders, we let the front ribs move out because it takes the stretch away from the shoulders. So as you move it back, try to keep your front ribs in and let the stretch come completely into the shoulders. So over time, this movement will start to be more and more fluid. Today you might notice, and for most of us, even if you've been practicing this exact stretch a lot, you're going to find some sticking points, especially on the way down, kind of those spots where you're like, oh my gosh, that's intense, I'm going to hurry through it. So this time, as we go back, you're going to bring the strap up, you're going to exhale, and you're going to pause at that first sticking point. You're going to hold it, and most likely it's going to burn or enliven, right? Move it to the next sticking point. Try to breathe, try not to let your front ribs go out. Keep the neck loose. Lower it all the way down. Bring it back up. Nice and slow, one smooth motion. And forward. One more time. I didn't forget about your toes. You got this. Bring it up. Exhale. Start to lower it down. So remember, if you don't have a strap at home, I have them. Stay on the end of the call. I'm going to ask a question. And anyone who gets it right or ventures a guess, I'm going to send you one of these nice handmade straps. Exhale. Bring it down. Okay. Take your strap to the side. Now, I know the urge is to quick get your feet out of it. I want you to move slowly onto all fours. I want you to just really slowly take the tops of the feet to the ground. Resist the urge to abuse your feet and kick them and hit them. And just slowly curl the toes in. Curl them out. Just get some movement back into the feet. So it's I like to think of it as cat-cow for the toes. And then our next spot is downward facing dog, Adho Mukha. So You're going to walk the hands forward, tuck the toes under you, start to lift the knees up. Don't go straight all the way yet. Push into the hands. Bring your ears back by your biceps. Let your heart move towards your thighs. And then slowly start to bring one heel down, then the other, kind of opening the legs up. So puppy pose, that first pose we did here in class, gives you an idea of what the shoulder opening should feel like in downward facing dog. So we're trying to replicate that to some extent. And I find if I think of my heart moving forward, it can help me get into my shoulders a little bit more. We're going to inhale, lift the right leg up, leading with the heel, and then start to draw the knee in towards the nose. And I want you to pick up the heel as high as you can, the right heel in. Start to shift your shoulders over the wrists and hold. Lift your knee up, pull the heel up, hold. Swing the right leg back again, 3-leg down dog. And then this time, knees pulling in, I'm shifting, and then I try to set my right foot down between the hands. Coming into a high lunge pose, so right knee's right over the ankle, hands are under the shoulders. I want you to feel your hips settle in, extend back through the left heel. And go ahead and come onto the outer edge of your left foot, turn your right toes to the right, and inhale, sweep the right arm up. So you're twisting from the mid-back and the upper back. Right ribs moving back, left ribs moving forward, navel's pulling in. Exhale, bring the right hand down. Swing the right leg back, 3-leg down dog. Exhale, set the foot down. Other side, inhale, left leg comes up. Pull the knee in towards the nose. Lift the heel high. Feel like the thighs hugging into your chest. Shift your shoulders over the wrists, hold. Inhale, extend back. Exhale, this time, same action as before, only the foot's going through. Left foot between the hands. Keep the hands down. Get the left knee right over your ankle. Feel the belly pulling in. You're just joining us, we're working on opening the hips before we move into some more demanding standing postures. But we're also really trying to get a good feel for our breath here. So letting it guide us. If the breath stops, there's usually 2 reasons for it. Go ahead and take your outer edge of the right foot to the mat, turn your left toes, lift the left arm up. If the breath stops or changes drastically, it's either you are getting too much in your mind, thinking about other things, and you've shifted your attention away from what's happening right now. Or you've gone too far in a pose and you're asking too much, and you need to back off. Exhale, left hand to the mat. Step back, downward facing dog. So feet are usually about hip bone width apart, maybe a little wider, especially if you have tight hamstrings. Hands are shoulder width apart. And you're really focusing here on pushing through the tips of all 10 fingers, so the pads of those fingertips, and then anchoring yourself through the base of the thumb and the base of the index finger. Inhale, we're going to bring ourselves forward into plank pose. Shoulders stack over the wrist, tailbone towards the heels, navel pulling up and in slightly. You can definitely take your knees down to the mat if you'd like. We're going to move through a nice slow chaturanga, perhaps pausing in chaturanga when the elbows are in line with the shoulders. And then on an exhale, finish lowering to the mat. Take the tops of the feet to the floor. Roll the shoulders back. Inhale up, Bhujangasana, cobra pose. Exhale, lower down. Walk the hands out a little bit. Keep the palms of the hands down. Inhale, bring yourself up, cobra. Exhale, lower down. Walk the hands out even further. This time beyond all 10 fingertips, like tense. Let the elbows float up. Inhale, come on up. Lift your heart up. Draw the tips of the shoulder blades down your back. Exhale, lower down. Hands by your chest. Push the hips back to the heels. Brief child's pose. Inhale, bring yourself up to all fours. Tuck the toes. Downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the right heel up. Pull the knee in towards the nose. Keep the heel high. Shift your shoulders over the wrists. Lightly step the right foot forward. We're going to take a bend in the left knee. Keep the right knee right over the ankle. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Go ahead and interlace your fingers, releasing the index fingers and squeezing the palms of the hands together. We're going to practice a little breath here that I like to do in this pose. So we're going to do it 3 times, and the breath is just a nice long inhale, and then you're going to exhale 4 times, with the 4th one squeezing out all of the air you can. So take a deep breath in, exhale 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way out. Again, inhale, exhale 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way out. Last one, inhale, exhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Go ahead and turn the palms up so the fingers are still interlaced. Exhale, bring the hands inside the right foot. Drop your left heel down. And then I want you to push into the hands as much as you can, drawing the chin in towards the chest. So if you're familiar with cat-cow, this is kind of like that cat action in the upper back. Keep the right hand down inside the right foot. You could totally have a block here. And then just curl and peel the left arm up. Exhale, bring the left hand down. Go ahead and step the right foot back, downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot goes up. Exhale, pull the knee in towards the nose. Shift the weight forward. Try to step the left foot between the hands. Get the knee right over the ankle. Bend your back knee. It's not touching the ground. It's hovering. And then inhale, bring yourself up. Interlace your fingers opposite ways so other index finger goes on top. Release the index finger. Squeeze the palms together. Pull the shoulders back. Same breath 3 times. Nice deep breath in. Exhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Squeeze it all out. Inhale. Exhale. Again. Inhale. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Squeeze it out. Push the palms of the hands up towards the ceiling. Exhale. Set the hands inside the left foot so they're still interlaced. Drop the right heel down, straighten the back leg. Push into the hands, chin in towards the chest. Leave the left hand down inside the foot or on the block. Inhale, sweep the right arm up. Exhale, hands to the top of the mat, spreading the fingers, setting up, downward facing dog. And then inhale, start to walk the hands back towards the feet. Bring the inner edges of your feet together. And you're either going to grab opposite elbows and hang down, or take your peace fingers, your index finger and your middle finger, to the big toes and fold in. Notice how your feet feel against the mat. Notice what it feels like to be touching either your feet or your opposite elbows. Notice the quality of your breath, the pace, the way it sounds, the way it feels as it moves down your throat. Exhale, release the hands. Walk yourself back, downward facing dog. Inhale, forward to plank pose. Exhale, lift the right foot up. Start to drop the left heel to the ground as you lift the right heel up. 3-leg down dog. Bend the right knee. Let the foot fall to the left. Look under the right arm and then just roll the ankle a few times in one direction, a few times in the other. Pull the right knee in towards the nose. Step the foot between the hands. Drop the left heel down to the floor. Inhale, come on up, warrior two. So traditional stance, your right heel's in line with the back arches of your feet. Your right knee's over the ankle. You're moving the right knee to the right just slightly. This outer left thigh is spiraling back, and your arms are definitely an extension of this pose, nice and strong. Take the left hand behind you. Palm is facing away. You're just going to bring it back behind you as far as you can. Some of you are going to be able to find this right thigh. If you can't, you're just going to tuck your hand into the top of your pants and hold it there. You're going to reach the right arm up and back, reverse warrior. Lift the heart up. Let that be your focus as you drop into the front leg just a little bit more. Exhale, take the right forearm to the thigh. Reach the left arm up and over the ear. And then you're just going to take big sweeping motions with this left shoulder. And getting out of your head, letting the movement just happen. Change directions. Going as fast or as slow as seems right for you. And then just reach over the ear. Take both hands down inside the right leg. Walk them to the left. Turn the right toes. Get your feet parallel. Toes pointing straight forward. Take a nice deep breath in. Pull the navel in and squeeze your inner ankles towards each other. And then exhale, fold in. So with your hands under your shoulders, squeeze your elbows together. Push into the hands and rock your weight forward. Keep engaging the quads, so lift the kneecaps up. Start to take your left hand over to the right leg, somewhere on the outside of the leg. Reach the right arm up for a twist, but then I want you to bend the right knee and twist a little deeper. Exhale, hands to the top of your mat. Step it back, plank pose. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, slow chatter on the knees. Could be down, maybe pause. Exhale all the way to the mat. Tops of the feet to the floor, cobra. So I tend to do cobra more than up dog in class because I find it's better strengthening and there's less risk involved. Exhale, hips back to the heels, forehead to the mat. Inhale, bring yourself up, tuck the toes. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the, we're going to come forward to plank. A little bit of core work here. Draw the navel in towards the spine, push into the hands, and lift the left foot up. Notice what happens to your breath when you challenge the body. And then take the right heel down, lift the left heel up. Three-leg down dog. Bend your knee, let the foot fall as far to the right as is comfortable. Look under the left arm, and then just roll the ankle. Changing directions when you're ready. Continue pushing through the hands for support. Then draw the left knee in towards the nose. Keep lifting the heel, lifting the heel. Set the left foot down inside the hands. We're taking the right heel to the mat, and on an inhale, bringing yourself up into warrior two. Settling in. Bring the left knee over the ankle, pushing through the outer edge of the right foot. And as you settle in, I want you to settle in with the breath. So physically, the body's settling in. Then you allow the breath to start to come back to this natural state. Letting the breath really support you here. Take the right hand behind you as far as it wants to go today without overdoing it. And then reach the left arm up and back. Reverse warrior, which is really just, to me, the idea of opening the heart. Heart's going up. This left arm is just getting a nice big stretch. Inhale, bring yourself back up. Take the left forearm to the thigh, reach the right arm over the ear, and then just naturally allow the movement to come through the shoulder. Letting go of any effort that isn't needed here. Just feeling the energy move through your body. Come back up, warrior two. Exhale, hands down. Inside the left foot, walk them over to the right. Parallel your feet. Get nice and long through the spine. Rock your weight forward a bit so that your hips are in line with your heels as much as possible. And then fold in. So I'm pulling my navel in towards my spine, keeping the legs involved. They're not just bones, there's muscles. Use them. Squeezing the elbows towards each other, drawing myself down, just till I get a nice sensation in the backs of my legs, and a lot of times you'll feel a good release through the low back too. Start to walk your hands over to the left, right hand coming outside the left leg. Lift the left arm up, but then bend the left knee and get a little deeper into the twist. Exhale, take the hands down to the front of the mat, plant the hands, step it back, downward facing dog. Inhale forward to plank, moving through a vinyasa. If you want to try a double chaturanga today, why not, right? Exhale, lower down. Inhale, push back up. Exhale, all the way to the mat. If you're really dying for an upward facing dog, you could take it. Otherwise, stick with cobra. Let your hips touch the heels. For just a moment, child's pose. Bringing yourself back up and into downward facing dog. Then come onto the outer edge of the right foot. Let the left foot stack on top of the right. We're coming into side plank. If you know you struggle with this pose, let the left foot be in front, and it'll help you balance as you lift the left arm up. So as you can see, my right wrist isn't directly under my shoulder, it's slightly forward. And then I'm thinking, can I push my hips forward? Can I open my heart? Maybe you even reach the left arm over the ear, create kind of a crescent shape with the body. It can be a really nice side body opener here. Exhale, take the left hand down to the floor, reach the right leg up. Exhale, step the right foot outside of the right hand. So we're coming into a little bit of a hip opener, letting my hips sink down to the ground. Your back knee can be down on the mat or it can be up, totally up to you. And if this feels like too much, something under the hands could be really useful, your block or whatever you're using in place of a block. If this doesn't feel like enough, coming down to the forearms. We store a lot in your hips. And so as we start to open them, the body naturally kind of starts to protect itself. So you notice the hips tightening back up, right? You'll notice a lot of times some gripping in the upper back. If you hold tension in your jaw too, that can be a place it transfers to, so you start to feel getting tight around the jaw and in the mouth. So our goal here isn't to run from that, it isn't to try to hide that or cover that up. But it's just to be aware of it to the point that by noticing something, your body can ease into it. I kind of think of it like when my son is having a tantrum, right? He's 3. And he's screaming and he's running all around and all he really wants is your attention, right? That's kind of how the hips are. So he's running around and if I don't look at him, he's going to keep going. But the second I look at him and say, hey, he's kind of, oh, and he kind of settles in, right? Just that attention. Almost there. Set the back knee down if it wasn't already. Scoot the right foot in so it's in line with the right hip again. Push the hips forward. Inhale, come up, low lunge. Go ahead and interlace the hands behind the back. Start to reach the knuckles down as you lift the heart up. Push the hips forward, but you're also squeezing your outer hips in. So you're not just letting everything go completely in the hips. Exhale, hands down either side of the front foot. Let the hips come back, straighten the right leg. Runner's lunge, half splits. I am learning to appreciate my feet. So you can massage them here, give them a little squeeze, let them know you really are fond of them. It's a good opportunity here, it's just right there. See if maybe you need to get a pedicure, which is what I'm thinking about. Come back to the breath. Let the face relax. Inhale, rock yourself forward onto the sole of the right foot. Back toes are tucked under. Lift the left knee up. You can walk the left foot in a little bit if you'd like. And then you're going to lift the right heel up so the calf engages and start to straighten the right leg. Hands could totally be on the block, right inside the foot. Inhale, I want you to move the heart forward. And then exhale, kind of like cat-cow, chin in towards the chest. Push your hands into the floor block, curling. Inhale, heart comes forward. Exhale, curl in. So if you're getting too deep of a stretch in your hamstring, you're not going to have much movement in the spine, which is where a block can really become handy because it'll free you up a little more. And if you had two blocks, right, one on either side, it would be even better. These little movements here are a really nice way for us to get back in tune with the breath. And to remember that the breath is really here to support us. One more time. Bend your front knee. Inhale, bring yourself up. High lunge. Exhale, you're just going to bring yourself halfway down, floating. Inhale, bring yourself up. Two more times. Exhale, float halfway. Inhale, bring yourself up. Exhale, float halfway. Inhale, bring yourself up. Pause, stretch, reach. Hands down to the mat. Step it back, downward facing. Spread your fingers wide, weight in the heels. Relax. Move. Inhale, come forward to plank pose. Vashisthasana on the other side. So outer edge of your left foot to the mat. Either keep the right foot in front to help balance, or right foot stacks on top. Inhale, reach the right arm up. Lift the hips up, push the heart forward, maybe right hand reaches down to the front of your mat. Exhale, right hand to the ground. Lift your left leg up. Exhale, step your left foot outside the left hand, coming into that nice big hip opener. So finding what's right for you. Don't feel like you need to push yourself to the extreme. You want to find something that's sustainable. Maybe your back knee comes down. Maybe that's better for you. Maybe hands to a block. Or maybe forearms down to the ground. Right? And I always like to think, you hear sometimes teachers say, you need to do the exact same thing on both sides. Well, both sides aren't always the same, right? And so it's kind of not being mindful if you think, I'm going to do the exact same thing on this side if you're not listening to what's happening. So don't let that rule what you're doing. See what feels good. I always like to tell people that your two sides, they're sisters, right? They're not twins. It's what my eyebrow lady tells me. Right? They're sisters. They're not twins. It's okay. Relax into the breath. Notice what happens when you get into the hips. Do your best to breathe. Notice where tension is creeping in. And can you give it attention, right? Tension needs attention. then inhale, start to bring yourself back up. Scooch the left foot so it's in line with the left hip. Tuck the back toes under, lift the right knee up. Maybe walk the back foot in if that feels more comfortable for you. Lift the left heel up so we engage the calf, and then start to straighten the left leg as much as is comfortable for you. And then coming into that little bit of cat-cow movement in the spine. And notice how by changing the back, you're changing the stretch in the left leg. Right? As you move your heart down, it tends to get deeper into the hamstring. As you round in, pull the belly in, it sometimes travels up, right? It totally depends on the body. That's what's happening to me right now. But normally there is some sort of shift. Enjoying being present here. Wherever you are today, just being thankful to have a spot to be practicing yoga. One more time. And bend your front knee. Coming up into high lunge. Exhale, letting the body come forward. Inhale, bringing yourself up. A few more times. Exhale, come forward. Inhale, come up. One more. Exhale, forward. Inhale, come up. Hands down either side of the front foot. Drop the right knee down. Push the hips forward. Inhale, come up with a lunge. My sequence today is sisters, not twins. We'll get it all in. Take the hands behind the back, interlace the fingers. Reach the heart up, stretch. Let the breath support you here. Do not hold it in. Exhale, release the hands either side of the front foot. Pull the hips back, runner's lunge. And noticing that difference in the heart, right? If I round in here, it's a different stretch than if I move my heart forward. And then again, you want to give your feet some love today. Move them around, massage them around. So for those of you on the live stream class today, I'm so glad we're practicing together. At the end of class here, if you have any questions, I will stick around and be happy to answer some. If you have a question about a specific pose or anything, I'd be happy to answer it. And then also, you could win a strap. I mean, who doesn't want a beautiful handmade strap, right? Bring the sole of the left foot down. I think that was everything on this side. Plant the hands, downward facing dog. Nice big breaths. And I feel like we didn't do this on this side, so step the left foot forward. Take the right outer edge of the foot to the ground. Turn the left toes to the left. Inhale, reach the left arm up. Maybe we did, but this feels good anyway. Exhale, hand down to the mat. Step it back, downward facing dog. Take the knees down to the ground. Tuck the toes. Weight back to the heels. A little bit more shoulder stretch here. Reach the arms up, either side. Take the right hand behind you. Grab on to the right elbow with the left hand. You'll notice the chin wants to come to the chest. You're not going to do this too much, but just lift the head enough that it deepens the stretch. And then watch your front ribs draw them in. Breathing. Shutting your eyes if that helps you to stay present. Exhale, release. Take the hands behind you and release the fingers. Lift the heart up. Exhale the other side. Left arm behind you. Grabbing onto the elbow. Gently moving the hand down your back. Lifting the chin. Drawing the front ribs in. So we're switching from these kind of faster flows to these longer holds. We're doing that to just question, to be a little curious. What happens? What happens when I do this? What happens when I do this? How does your body respond? And release the hands behind the back. all of this is just practice for real life, right? Exhale, hands down to the ground, slowly undo your feet. That's why we practice yoga, hopefully, right? To support us better in life. So as we move from day-to-day activities, as we deal with challenges, we're picking up tools that we can use to improve the way we interact with people and how we treat ourselves. Last thing, downward facing dog. Well, last thing of like standing stuff. Okay. Start to slowly walk your feet forward. You guys are doing good. Right? I think, I don't know, but I just imagine all of you being really happy. So hopefully, if not, talk to me after class. Fold in. Chin in towards the chest. Go ahead and take your hands behind the legs. See if you can grab opposite elbows. Maybe you're grabbing opposite forearms. And then just start to draw the forearms down the backs of the legs as much as you can. Chin in towards the chest, and you should feel like this beautiful release in your upper back. And the knees. Keep the arms where they are, and then just push the forearms into the backs of the legs. See if you can keep opening the upper back. Allow the hips to lower. Keep lowering, keep lowering. Let go of the hands. Lower, lower. Let the knees wide. Malasana. Now, if that didn't go well, right, or sometimes things don't, separate the feet wider. Heels don't have to be down on the ground at all. If they are floating and you just want to have a little bit more support there, roll up the back of your mat and let it come underneath your heels, or grab a pillow or something that you can put underneath them. And the feet can be as far apart as they need to be. You're going to let the hips, well, normally you let the hips kind of sink in, right? And you're here in this snug little position of Malasana, which is beautiful, right? Garland pose. It's really nice. For some of us, though, I want us today to try lifting the hips up a little more and getting a little more active in this. So I like to call this a downhill skier, right? So hips are lifting now. I feel my quads working. I'm tucking in. My hands are coming to my heart. Breathing nice and big. Maybe keep all of that. Can you interlace the hands behind the back? Fold in, chin in towards the chest. Keep pushing into the feet. Let that heat, let that fire in your legs really ignite. Exhale, lower the hips down. Come to sit down. You did it. On your sit bones, tips of the toes on the ground. Lift your heart up. Little bit of core. Just a tiny little bit. Reach forward. Right? Just by moving the heart forward, you can feel the core start to engage. Right? This, I'm not feeling it in my core. This, I'm feeling in my core. Lift the feet up. Trying to bring the shins in line with the floor. Flex your feet toward your face. Keep moving the heart up. You could stay here. This is hard work, right? If you want to, kick the legs out like you're trying to move your heels to the top of the mat. Lower down just slightly. Pull it back in. Do that a few times. Exhale and kicking out. Inhale and coming in. One more fiery pose. Slowly let the feet touch the ground. Inhale. Reach the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. If your arms are short and you're not able to touch your toes, strap it up. Use whatever you're using as a strap. Move your heart forward. Fold in. So in these poses, I always like to set myself up very mindfully, right? Okay, toes are flexing back towards my face. I'm hinging from my hips. I'm moving my heart forward. I am engaging my thighs. I'm spiraling inner thighs, and all of these things going through my mind. And then I let it all go. I set myself up, and then on the exhale, I just kind of take that and just let the physical action go. And I find that it just feels so restorative, so nice, and it really gets into those parts that I feel like my body really needs a release. That is Slowly bring yourself up. We're going to lie down nice and slow on the mat. Hug both knees into the chest. So we've got about 10 minutes left of class. If you can stay on the live stream, I'd love to talk with some of you, and I'd love for 3 beautiful people to win the straps. So stay with it. I know it's always tempting when it starts to slow down to leave, right? Especially if no one's looking. It's like, that's pretty good. Class done. Just 10 minutes, and this last couple poses are so important. Breathe in a little more. I want you to cross the right knee over the left, or the right thigh over the left. Continue hugging the knees into the chest. And then straighten the left leg. Right leg stays on top. And you're just going to pull the left leg in. And again, this is where a strap could be handy if you're having a hard time reaching the foot today, or if that's just not something that's going to happen. A strap, or whatever you're using as a strap, could come over the foot, and you can work there. Or just interlace your hands wherever on the back of the leg. And bend the left knee. Let everything drop to the left. So I'm keeping my legs crossed. And I want the knees and the feet to really be touching the ground. So don't let them float. So come as far to your side as you need to really get the knees and the ankles down. And then open the right shoulder up again as much as you can, coming into a nice little twist. Take about 3 more breaths. Inhale, start to bring your knees back up through center, uncross the legs, hug them in. And then change sides, left leg crosses over the right, knees into the chest. And then start to straighten the right leg, leaving the left leg crossed on top. Holding onto the right leg however you can manage, whatever feels good. And again, not worrying about what you're doing so much or what it looks like, but more, how is this feeling? We're going for sensation. Being really happy that you feel sensation today, right? Not worrying about anything else. Feeling sensation means you're alive. Hey, congratulations. The world needs you, so thank you. Thank you for your presence here. Go ahead and bend the right knee. Let everything drop over to the right. Getting your knees and your ankles down. Once they're there, open the left shoulder up. Let the legs be heavy. Let your breath guide you through the pose, releasing any areas that are still wanting to work. Just really yielding to gravity here. Staying for 3 more breaths. Finish your 3rd breath. Bring the knees back in towards the chest, uncrossing the legs. Setting up for Shavasana, corpse pose. Setting the legs straight, getting them nice and wide. Toes fall out to the sides. Hands by your sides, palms face up, elbows bent slightly. Tucking the shoulders under you just ever so slightly. And once you're finding a comfortable position, just allowing yourself to be still. Letting your mind relax. Relax doesn't mean that it's going blank. It just means that there is no judgment, there is no control. mindful of the breath as it moves through the body. And it doesn't just stop at the lungs, it goes more, right? Prana, it's our life force. It touches every cell of us. Allowing your back body to really just feel the floor underneath you. And allowing your front body to grow and to expand up into space. And then you create this larger container for love and energy and hope and compassion inside of you. Allow your breath to start to deepen. And as it feels natural, start to slowly bring some movement back into the body. Really feeling every inch of your body coming back to life without rushing, without feeling an urge to be done or finished or to check this off your list. And as you're ready, you'll just make your way over to your side, either one. Allowing your knees to stack on top of each other and resting in fetal position. Feel the shift in energy. Feel how your breath is still here, supporting you, giving you life. And as you're ready, push yourself up into a comfortable seat, keeping the eyes closed if you can. Once you're seated, just rounding down through the sit bones, feeling really heavy through the lower half of your body. And then just like the roots of a tree provide support so that a tree can grow tall, we're rooting down through our lower half, making roots, and then finding space and freedom in the upper part of our body. Here at the end of class, it can be a really nice chance for you to think of something in your life that you want to dedicate your practice to. I know a lot of times we do that at the beginning of class as an intention, but sometimes at the end of class you have a little more clarity. Think of someone something that could need a little more love right now, that could need some compassion, or that you want your energy to go towards. Then bring your hands together at your heart. We'll seal class with one Om. Take a deep breath in. Om. Bow the head. Thank yourself for being here. Thank everyone who joined us today for this class or who will join us in the future. Thank them and send your love and energy to them right now. Namaste. Thank you guys. So for those of you that are still here, I'm so glad you stayed for the class. We have straps to give away. So what I want to do today is the first 3 people that comment either on YouTube or that comment on Meerkat this morning, comment with what your intention for class was or why you came to practice today. It can be a 1-word answer, it can be a 300-word answer, whatever feels right. And those people that get the comment, we will announce them, and you will be the winner of our beautiful yoga straps. Furthermore, I am just so pleased that you guys are all here today, whether you're watching this live or will come back and watch this later on YouTube. I really would love to add more classes. So if there is a time that would really work for you, please let me know. And I would love to add some more classes. If there's something specific you want to work on, again, let me know and I can plan something specifically for you. If there's any questions, I'm here now. So I've got my lovely assistant husband over here to read them out to me if there's anything. But you know, I think yoga is really, it's everywhere now, right? It's everywhere. But it's really such a beautiful chance for us to learn to love and appreciate ourselves, and then just for us to connect in a way together here all over the world and get together and know that there's other people out there practicing, good people in the world, all joining together, and this force that we create is just so huge. So Yoginiology.com is filled with videos. All these videos are up on there. Yeah, and if you see this now and you are interested in the straps, or if you would like one of the 3 that are here, you can email me at yoginiology@gmail.com, and I'll be sure to get those out to you. They're also for sale in my Shopify store. If you go to yoginiology.com and click shop, you'll see them there. And yeah, please join me next Tuesday. I'll be here again. Keep hitting up the YouTube channel. Keep looking for blog posts. There's recipes. It's a really great community of women and men that we're bringing together. So please just continue to come, and I'm just so thankful for all of you here today. I hope you have a really good day. Namaste, guys.